The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork, pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
The best of the morning sickness is on the air. 98 UPD.
Do any of you people do any actual work?
The best of Holmberg's morning sickness.
Danny McBride, he's got his new movie out. It's called Your Highness. He's on now, so we're going to get him on the phone now. Hopefully. Toledo's busy chatting with him on the side. But he's one of the Kenny Powers is one of those characters. You want Danny McBride to be more like him than like a nice guy. So I'm kind of hoping that's the case. But Danny McBride's on the line. Danny McBride, are you there, sir?
Flamo Blanco.
I am here. How are you guys doing?
You are, by the way, I'm older than you by like 2 years, and this hurts me, but you're my hero.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. That's what I've been aiming for the whole time. I was zeroing in on you. I gotta reach him.
You can retire now, my friend, because it's on. It is on. I absolutely am one of the biggest fans of Eastbound and Down you can find. I've been praising that thing for the longest time. And here's my problem now, is that you're my hero, but I think Kenny Powers is my hero. I want you to really be Kenny Powers. I don't want you to be anything else.
I won't disappoint you. I'll just tell you that I am him.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want
to ruin the illusion.
I don't want you to like me.
You need to know.
I want you to maybe make a move on my wife and have some success. You know, maybe even tip it. I don't know. Maybe get a lick out of her.
Well, let's exchange numbers after this. Maybe we can make your dreams come true.
Because I think that would be pretty awesome if she cheated on me, but it was with Kenny Powers. I'm cool with that. Now,
she'd be helpless. What could she possibly do? She could resist that. Yeah.
I agree with everything you're saying. Please go on. It's one of the greatest lines ever. Now, how much of the show Eastbound and Down is written and how much is made up? Because there's a moment, we just talked about it before you called, where you and Stevie are in the car, and if you watch the video on YouTube, which I did, which makes me a complete nerd, I watched it again, you are laughing your ass off. It goes to the other camera angle, and Stevie's laughing his ass off when you exchange
it smells.
Roots and Stews smells. And then he says, "What do you think of ATM, Kenny?" And I lose my mind.
We definitely write the scripts. We have we'll make sure that like the story's there, the characters are there, and we'll come up with some good jokes. But part of the fun of that show is we'll do about 1 or 2 takes on the script, and then we just throw the script out and just push it. And that's why it's important to have guys like Steve Little who just always bring it all the time. Like Steve Little could literally like read the phone book and I would crack up at him doing that.
And at first you don't know that. Like at first he's talking, you're like, I think I'm going to hate this character. And within minutes he said something that you're like, are you kidding me? Did that just happen?
Wanders up with that shot in the leg.
And thank you very, very much for the large Mexican nudity. It's far too infrequent on my television.
Yeah, usually you only see perfect bodies naked, and we really want to flip the script on people, and show all kinds of bodies naked.
Yeah, success.
Now, who's Kenny Powers modeled after? If we're assuming there's some John Rocker involved in that, but.
Well, you know what? That's what's funny is like when Jody Hill, the other creator, and myself, when we wrote the show, neither of us had any sort of knowledge about baseball players, and we just somehow came up with this character. And actually, he was like based on a large part of like a mixture between like a middle school PE teacher I had and just some dudes that we had grown up with. But then as we've like obviously been involved with the show, we've gotten more into baseball. We start hearing the stories about Rocker and Jose Canseco and all these different guys who think that the show is based on them. And we're like, I can see how they would think that.
Sure. Yeah. And is that a good thing to start shouting, hey, that's about me, I want my cut? No, I mean...
that's exactly what I think, too. It's like, I don't know if I really want to be claiming that character is
right. Me. Yeah, it's not exactly something you want to go tell. Well, that's based on me. You know what's great about that question Brady just asked there, Danny, is that Randy Johnson the big unit, the Hall of Fame pitcher, was the one who said, ask him that. He's a huge fan. Do you find that with baseball players coming out of the woodwork going, nailed it, this is so much fun?
It's always flattering, man, because, we really don't know anything about baseball. I can't throw a baseball to save my life. And so we don't have a good knowledge of this. It's the fact that we've been able to crack it and that guys who actually play ball identify with it. That's awesome. That's a big compliment to us. We love it.
And we did notice from season 1 to season 2, your throwing
got
better. Yeah.
You were coached.
You worked on it.
Well, I got coached, and we also just pushed the cameras in a little closer, so you really can.
Because the delivery in season 1 was hilarious.
When is season 3 kicking off? Do you guys have that all lined up?
We started writing about a month ago, and so we're in the midst of writing now, and then we're going to shoot this summer, so it should be out at the beginning of next year.
Not that you knew this or anything, but it's been my dream, and here on the air I've expressed it a lot as I'm often handcuffed by the FCC's rules. My dream of making the C word as popular in America as it is in Europe is something that I think we kind of inadvertently teamed up on. And, I think if you could write that word a lot more every episode, I'd be happy. Just to kind of further my that's my one charitable idea, is to just get more C words out there.
I will try to. We shot Your Highness in Belfast in the UK, and everybody there drops the C word all the time. And I was just like, I found my Shangri-La. Like, this is where I was meant to be.
See, this is why you're my hero. I don't think you know that I am like a little chunk of something that fell off of you. And I'm like, I totally think
it's sexy over there.
Because it's screwed here because it's such a taboo thing, but you're eventually going to get mad enough to call somebody that. Especially a chick.
Exactly.
And you're in big trouble with it. So if you kind of lighten it a little bit, it won't be so bad when you actually are that angry. Your Highness, what's
power
that?
way, yeah.
Yeah,
it's the power way by using it a lot, yeah.
Exactly. I do it all the time. In fact, my phone, when my wife calls, just says, my C-word wife. And she thinks it's great, too, which means I can get away with it in fights. It's my end goal. So you got Your Highness coming out. I've seen the previews for this for a long time. Again, dreams. There aren't many girls I say this about, but Natalie Portman is someone I've wanted to bang since she was 12 because I'm about the same age. So it's worked out for me that way. Her and Alyssa Milano share that. But now you have finally gotten her with a paycheck or some great script to show us a lot of Natalie Portman. And this is brilliant. Good work.
And man, well, we were totally shocked that she wanted to be involved with this project. David Green, he's the guy who directed this. He directed Pineapple Express, and he directs a bunch of Eastbound and Down episodes. I went to film school with him. I've known him for a long time, and we've always loved sort of those crazy fantasy movies in the 80s we grew up on, everything from like Conan the Barbarian to Dark Crystal to Kroll, and just these crazy fantasy movies that are just tripping and they don't really make anymore in that fashion.
Right.
So we always wanted to make one of those movies, but we always kind of thought, like, what's missing? Like, tons of curse words and a lot of marijuana use. And so we've revamped that, and we put that needed thing in. And, it was a project we always thought was hilarious, would be funny. And then we found out that, like, Franco and wanted to get on board, too. It just started adding this air of legitimacy to the movie that we just kind of thought was hilarious.
Yeah. Now, do you have any fear that people after her win in Black Swan and, James Franco nominated for 127 Hours, that you're in the midst of this thing and a bunch of elderly folks are going to roll up thinking it's some sort of, vision quest
Academy performance
for Old England?
To tell you the truth, that is like my dream. Like, I would like nothing more than a bunch of old people to show this movie and be horrified.
Oh, that's fantastic. See, this is brilliant. Okay, perfect. And I may be the only person, I'm not going to do it for you because it's weird, that wanders around the house doing a Stevie impression. That's also something my wife actually can't stand now. But I will occasionally walk up to her and go, smells. And she laughs, but then she's offended all at the same time because I'm very serious when I say it. She does.
Yeah, you can't tell your wife that it smells. That's usually not a positive.
Not a big seller.
But you can as Stevie.
Stevie gets away with it.
Yeah, if I'm down there and I go, ugh, it smells. She's cool with it. She's cool with it. Your Highness is out this Friday. We're very excited about it. And the one, I haven't seen it yet, but one of the guys in the studio here has seen it. And he said that the best part about it is the Robin Hood-esque abandonment of the English accents midway through.
Yeah, it's like one of those deals where we didn't really want to, I wouldn't say that we tried to do English accents. I wouldn't insult the people of England that way. It's like this weird sort of Lord of the Rings accent and just mixed with like modern swear words. And it's just so weird and odd. And we had, unbelievably, a dialect coach on set. Basically, like, he didn't really know what accents we were doing, but he just wanted to make sure that they stayed consistent as long as whatever we were doing.
What does he get paid? What does that job pay?
What's that pull down?
He I'm imagining he gets paid in whiskey. He was an Irishman. There,
I see.
So it's like, yeah, we just kept him drunk, and that was all he needed.
Brilliant. Well, you are a huge superstar amidst people who are nominated Academy Award winners and nominees. So we bring you back to earth, our level, us poor peasants, and ask you a question that we can all relate to. Danny McBride, when was the last time you had an accident in your pants as an adult?
Well, I'll tell you what. A few years ago, I bought my first house, and the first night I was there, I'm like standing on the balcony, looking out towards the Hollywood sign, saying, "I find
F-word. You just said the F-word. Damn you, man! Now half the people, you know what's worse is the people listening will get all but the last 8 seconds of that story.
That's great.
Bottom line is he's looking at the Hollywood sign and he crapped himself out of pure joy.
He thought it was safe, but it produced results.
All the people listening on the internet are in heaven. All the people listening in their cars. What happened in the last 8 seconds? Brilliant. Well, thank you, man. I am a huge fan, and you delivered. You're not a douche, and you seem like a really nice person, which I was worried about. I wanted you to either be completely the same as Kenny Powers or who you are right now, and not the guy in between that loves himself too.
No, that's not me at all.
Don't go Sean Penn on us.
Yeah, don't do Sean Penn. Don't fall in love with the rainforest or anything. Let's keep destroying that thing.
I hate rainforest.
Me too, man. Me too. Thank you, Danny. Good luck with the movie.
You guys take care.
You too. We'll talk to you later. There you go, Danny McBride, Your Highness, and delivers. Seems like a great guy. Wow.
98. What? 98. No way.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.